You see, you said a few minutes ago that drumming is great exercise. Yeah.
Yes.
What we didn't add was lugging them about and carrying them and putting them all up on stands. That's part of the exercise as well.
Some of them are so big they're on trolleys.
They're huge, are these?
Marvellous.
Now, who'd have thought that just banging a drum would help keep you fit? But apparently it does, and carting them around us as well.
Yeah, Taiko drumming is backed by popular demand, and now courses are running all over North Yorkshire this week. It's a phenomenon. The workshop is designed to improve fitness and boost energy as participants learn a new skill.
So, here we go. We're going to welcome Jared Hardwick from the Tengu School of Taiko, who's running the course. He's brought a really good selection of drums with him, and we're going to try it in sort of the next 15, 20 minutes. It's good to see you. Where did all this start? How did you get into all this in the first place?
Quite a few years ago now, and I saw one of the big Japanese groups come over to the Liverpool Philharmonic and saw them perform there, and thought, never get a chance to do that. No one teaches it in the UK. And quite a few years later, when I moved to York, one of my friends invited a lady from London who came up and did a workshop. And because I was interested in Japanese culture and things anyway, it's so definitely go into that. Wouldn't miss it. So I went along and it's stuck ever since.
Right.
Do you know what the history of it is? I mean, presumably you had to learn about that.
Yeah. There's, I mean, the taiko drumming goes back thousands of years in Japan and mainly used in shrines and temples and things like that, and for festivals and things. But the way it's played nowadays only came about in the 1950s, and it was started by a gentleman called Daihachi Oguchi, who was a jazz drummer. He'd been over to America to learn about drumming on kit drums. Came back to Japan and decided to teach some of the patterns that he'd learnt to his friends. And they got the different types of drums from different parts of Japanese culture, like theatre and festivals and shrines and things like that, and put together a group ensemble to play on, and that really took off then.
So was it at that point then? Was it I don't know, meant as... Obviously, there's a music side of it, but was there that element of exercise as well, or has the exercise side of it come on since?
The exercise is all part of it, but it wasn't originally played just for the exercise element. That's because it's a very physical form of drumming. There's lots of martial arts style movements, there's some dance elements, but it's very, very energetic. So the sort of getting exercise or exercise with distraction, so you're not even thinking about doing the exercise, is become a big thing about it now. So people can sort of get exercise while they're just enjoying themselves rather than going to the gym.
There is something about drumming anyway, because I can remember a fair old while ago, one of the I don't know what would call it, a film. It's not really a film, I suppose. It's just a recording of Buddy Rich doing a session with somebody. I don't know who the band was. And I thought, when I first done it, I thought, why has he got a towel there? Well, at the end of it, you knew why. I mean, he was absolutely wringing wet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you know, it is physical, whether you're sitting behind a drum kit or whether you're doing the drums that you've brought. It is a physical action, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, yeah. So
I like the idea of that phrase as well. What was it? Exercise with distraction.
Yes.
That's very clever.
Yeah.
That's very clever, isn't it? Because I think if anybody says, right, come on, we're going to do some exercise.
Well, it becomes monotonous after a while, doesn't it?
Yeah, but this won't.
Yeah.
No, it won't. And is it something all the family can do? Have you got an age?
Oh, yes, yeah. I usually I go into schools and teach workshops for as young as 6, 7. Can do a small workshop on buckets, but I can do it right through the school age. And I've got people coming to my adult classes up to age 70 plus.
Oh, wow.
So, and I think the good thing about it is you can do as much as you want, basically. So we try and adapt it to, different abilities and things like that. So,
and is there an end goal?
There is, yeah. I mean, when I teach usually in 6-week blocks, and at the end of that 6 weeks, everyone's learned a whole piece to play. I usually take a video for their own benefit, so they've got something at the end of it, and I send that out to them. So,
and is it general exercise for the whole body, or are you sort of targeting certain areas?
No, it is. It's a lot of exercise for the whole body and mind as well.
Yeah.
We're jumping up and down quite a lot. We're obviously waving our arms around in all directions, and it's a lot of core strength that you need, but also it builds up your legs and your arm muscles and all sorts. So
where are your courses? Because you're going all around North Yorkshire, aren't you? Where are your courses going to be?
I teach courses. I started my course in Malton last night. I've got a course starting in Pickering tomorrow night. I am starting my York course on Friday night. And doing the Pocklington course on
It's
Saturday
world
morning.
Domination.
Goodness.
But I run these all the time anyway. So once one course is finished, it reoccurs again.
Have you got soundproof rooms?
Not all the time, no. There has been a few complaints sometimes, on odd occasions, yeah, but I think people have got used to it now. So.
And usually with a course, you have something to be able to take home, or you want to then go and buy the instrument to take it on that bit further, but I don't suppose you can with these, can you?
You can. I mean, some of my students have bought their own drums. One of my students in York, she's only been coming for about 12 weeks, and she's already bought her own drum, and it's a big drum as well. So the people who are...
She live in a detached?
I've not. Do I live in a detached?
No,
I don't know. But the good thing about them is if you can't afford one of the drums, I've got tutorials on how to make a practice drum out of an old tyre and packing tape.
Oh, we should have done that, Adam.
That's great.
We might get you back to do that.
That's really good. And is it just the one drum that you would have?
Well, you can.
I mean, you've obviously brought a few.
Yeah.
But if we were to go to your class and you say like the lady who's bought her own, does she just need just the one drum?
Usually just the one drum. I mean, we do, when I'm teaching a class, we swap around all the different drums because I've got different types of drums. So I try and get everybody to have a go with the different types of drums that we have. I mean, there are pieces sometimes that use multiple drums, depending on what we're playing. But a lot of the pieces we do, especially for people who are beginning, are just based on one drum. So there's not too many things to think about.
And the moves that you do, are they based in some sort of Japanese tradition as well?
Yeah, a lot of the moves, some of the moves for some of the pieces are based on actions and things. There's a piece called Miyake, which comes from an island called Miyake-jima, and it's said to be the movements that we do for that is said to be based around the pulling into the fishing nets. So we play the drum and the drum's orientated on its side for this, and we play the drum this way, and it's like pulling in fishing nets.
So are we going to have a go then?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to have a go.
I'm just eyeing up the middle one.
Yes, I'm eyeing up the big one. Right, we're going to have a go in the next 10 or 15 minutes.
Adam Tomlinson and Anna Wallace.
Adam and Anna in the afternoon. BBC Radio York.
Well, Jared Hardwick from the Tengu School of Taiko Drumming is with us because he's got courses running all around the county, and it's a bit of exercise and it's a bit of fun because you're actually making music whilst doing the exercise. Now, whilst we were listening to all sorts of bits of music then, you just gave us a little bit of a demo, didn't you?
Yes, yeah.
Which was pretty impressive.
Yes,
actually,
it was.
because it's not just the noise of the drums, but it's the moves and every now and again little shout outs. How complicated was that, and is that something that your students would hopefully be able to achieve?
Yes, yeah, that's it's a fairly complicated piece, especially when you see it played and things. But when, as with all of my pieces, I break them all down into small sections, and then we practice those sections over, and then join them together. So even someone who's brand new, hasn't done it before, can come to the course and have a go. And most people who come along are great by the end of the 6 weeks, and they're playing the full piece with the rest of the group, and having great fun.
Because we were saying, it was impressive watching you doing it, but my word, if you've got a big group of people, first of all, the noise is going to be spectacular, but it's the moves as well.
Yeah, it's a very, very, very visual performing art. Yeah, it's great to watch. Yeah.
I mean, on a day like this, could you do it outside? I mean, I know you can't really plan for the weather here, can you? But it would be lovely, wouldn't it, in a park or in a big green space to do it?
That's right. Well, we would do.
Don't be anywhere near where anybody's doing any yoga.
No, we do. I have a full performing group, the Tengu Taiko drummers, and we do lots of performances around, and we're doing things like sort of upcoming Meadow Fest and Poppleton Beer Festival and things like that. And we're doing one. I think later on in August, we're doing Roundtree Park. They've got
nice.
like an open sort of music thing going on over a few months. So we'll be playing outdoors there. So hoping the weather's going to be nice there.
Yeah.
Lots of other performances around.
Right, it's time, Adam. It's time.
Are we going to have a go?
Yes, we are.
Right, okay.
Now, I've seconded the medium-sized drum.
Okay.
And you've got the big one.
Right.
We don't have to work our way up to the big one, do we? We can just start. Okay.
Right, okay.
Are you coming over here?
Yes, I'm just going to work out. I'll tell you what we'll do.
Will we be jumping? Jared?
I won't make you jump straight
Okay.
away.
Good, I'm rather glad. So you are
Okay,
Alan, as
just
well.
a bit of arm movement.
Right, so that's yours. That's very good. That's very
Have
good.
I got the sticks right? Does it
You
matter
have.
which way?
It doesn't really matter which way. No, it's really the thing
hello.
with the sticks is to hold them
That's
really
all right,
loose.
isn't it?
Okay. And are we needing a rhythm?
Yeah. So what we're going to just look at really quickly a thing called a matsuri pattern, which matsuri in Japanese is a festival piece. Okay. So what we'll look at, I'll play it for you first. So it's. Okay.
Right.
So to start off with on the skin.
Right, do it again.
So it's. Okay.
Right.
So in teaching in Japanese, they use a verbal notation which is called kuchi showa. Okay, and that basically has a word or a sound for each beat that you were playing. So the right hand is don, and the left hand is kon. Okay.
Right.
So when we say it, as we
no.
play it, we play don, con, don, karakat, don, don, con, don, karakat.
So Don is right,
Yeah.
Con is left.
Yes, yeah. But when I'm teaching, especially to new people, I do say, I do give you right and left as
Right.
well.
You do the word. Do it again.
Okay,
Just
so
do the whole thing again.
So it's right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right.
You'll
Okay.
get this.
Right, so you do the words and we'll do everything else. Right.
So it's right, left, right, right. Good. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So let's try that again.
Yes.
So it's.
Very
Okay.
good.
So can you play that on your own without me playing it with
well,
you?
he will.
Give it a go. Give it a go.
Can you do it a bit louder?
I'll play a backbeat which is called a
Will you now?
jiuchi.
Oh,
Okay. So it's basically like a timekeeping beat. Okay.
So are we just keeping this going whilst you're doing your thing?
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
So I'll say ichi ni so re for you to start. That means get ready.
That's
get
1, 2,
ready to
3,
play.
4. Yeah. Right,
Ichi,
okay.
sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll start the jiuchi or the bass beat to start
Right.
off with. Okay. Well done.
Hey!
That was brilliant.
Oh!
Within 5 minutes.
Hang on, I'm finished. There we go.
That is great.
Very good.
You can imagine, can't you? You can fully understand why people want to get into this and,
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
excitement and the fun of it.
Yeah,
and then
it's
once
great
when
fun,
you
yeah.
work in your moves as well from sort of the exercise point of view,
Yeah.
you're just going to get completely carried away with it.
It
aren't
is,
you?
yeah. It's. I mean, the more you play it, the more you get the muscle memory as well. So you think less about the actual
Yeah.
movements that you're doing. You can concentrate on the pattern that you're playing, and then it all just starts coming together.
See, I want to go back to it again. No, I do. I do.
I'll just turn the mics off.
Not very good with my coordination.
You did really well for your first go. Honestly, it was really good.
It's fabulous. So, where are these courses, and can people just sort of turn up? Do they need to book? 'Cause
Yeah,
I'd
they
imagine it's going to be
usually need to
popular.
book because I've only got. I'm limited to 20 places on each course. So the best booking with me, give me an email. But they can find out all the information on my website, which is www.tengutaiko.com. Tengu
Right.
Taiko is all one word.
Yeah.
Or just Google, Japanese drumming in York or something like that. It should come up then.
Yeah.
Then you can email me and book on the course. Yeah.
And how many drums have you got?
I think I've got some in because I'm fixing some up because I actually reskin all the drums as well now. So
Oh yeah, because you're something special, aren't you, when it comes to
I'm
reskinning
I'm
drums?
one of only about 3 people in the country that do it.
Yeah.
So I'm doing some fixing some drums for a big group in Scotland called Magenkyo and things
right.
like that. So yeah, they send all the drums to me and I fix them for them.
How do they send them to you?
Well, they usually bring them down when they're doing a gig.
good.
They
Not
drop
in the
them off.
post.
Not in the post. No.
And then lugging them about.
Yeah.
Did you ever
yeah.
just think about playing the flute?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
That's what my partner does. She plays the Japanese flute. So.
There you go.
Does she? Oh, we
does
should
the
have
drumming
her
as well.
next time as well.
Yeah.
Oh, we can have an ensemble.
But yeah, it's great because it adds melody to everything, and it's great for when you're doing performances.
It's just
and
terrific.
Oh,
things.
fab.
It's really good.
Thank you for coming in.
Thanks ever
That's
so
all
much.
right, thank you for
Great to
having
see
me.
you.
I'm perky
Fabulous.
now.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it's got all those things going.
Oh, it has.
Very good. So if you fancy a bit of Tengu School of Taiko, as Jared says, just have a look in your search engine and see what you come up with. But I can guarantee you're going to have some great fun doing that.